Yo, it's about that time. Live streams, let me go on prime time. Grab your stylist, brush your heart. Come on in and show me your art. Click that link, jump in the chat, got talent, yo, we vibing with that. Watercolor spray, digital spark, bring that fire, leave your mark. Streams on fire, we ready to start. Let's go. Show me your passion, your soul, your art. Oh yeah. Upload that magic, blow our mind. Alright. Together we shine, one of a kind, all night. Fan art, concept photo mode. Common strippers at the mother load. From Procreate to Blender Dreams, we're building kingdoms on live streams. I'm watching live, so don't be shy. Throw down that piece, let the colors fly. We're not here to judge, we're here to cheer. Artists unite, your moment's here. So welcome in, it's your time to flex. Drop that masterpiece is up next. We just got started, this is a spark. Now light it up and show me your art.
All right, there we go. Hello, my friends. How are you doing? 1 second. Just need to copy the... Let's open this up. Hi. I need the link to send you the form to show your art. There it is. Shorten link. Copy. I need to find the live chat. Let me pop that over here. Pop out chat. There we go. Okay, 1 second, almost there. Share your art here. There we go. Okay. And then I have to pin that to the top. All right, cool. So let's see who wants to show their artwork or video, image, video, whatever you want to send your AI artwork. Let's talk about that. Oh, getting blurry. Also, let me know in the chat how are you using AI now? Times have changed. What kind of stuff are you doing? Hi, what is it? Sida Play. How are you doing? Thanks for joining. Hi Murphy, thanks for joining. Hi Simitonix. Hi, thanks for joining. Nice to see you. Who is the Viking on the screen? There we go. Yeah. Yeah. All right, I got a new. I know I look better because I got a new shaving machine. The last one broke. I didn't like buy a new one. So yeah, now I have a new one, which is now I bought one like from the barber shops, a good one. Which about not like the best one. It was about $90, but still pretty good. Very heavy, surprisingly heavy, and very powerful. Very good. Yeah. Still automatic 1111. Is it still supported? That's interesting. And so like, is it like mainly, you do mainly images, or what kind of things are you creating with the AI art? Or like maybe music, maybe text, maybe games with code or stuff like that. So there's a lot of like things you can do now with AI. I feel like most of like music streams I'm listening to on YouTube, they used to be like just music from like actual musicians, and now I think most of the stuff I listen to is actually AI music. I'm not 100% sure because often they don't write it, but the quality is good, but it's not distinct, which is good for background music, I have to say. Because it doesn't try to be anything. It just is music. It just like flows in the background. It's kind of like, it's good. And it's always the same kind of quality, always the same kind of power level to a certain extent. And that kind of like makes it kind of easy. to listen to passively in the background. Had to make a channel. Hey, thanks for joining. Hi, nice to see you. AI Sarikas Confio I art and tutorials music. Oh, that's the name. I thought that's what you're doing. Music chat sound. What is F5 TTS? What is that? In Confio I. F5 TTS? What is that? Interesting. Or is that like the naughty stuff? Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, it's a text model. I don't know. Okay, cool. Interesting. Good. Oh, I have to close this 1 second. Where did my text chat go? Just the text chat. Okay, cool. Hi, Marcus. Thanks for joining. So let me know what kind of things you're doing with AI. Text to speech. Oh, text to speech. Yeah. TTS. Yeah, that makes sense. Text to speech. There we go. For podcasts? Is that what you're doing with that? Podcasts? It can be nice. I think it has some nice quality. Like Gemini, for example, can create a podcast out of the text it has written for you. So you have it research a topic and then it turns it into a podcast and you can listen to that. It doesn't have all of the information of the text because it's an audio summary, but it kind of gives you a good overview. It's not too bad and it's kind of entertaining. Gonna talk about Civic AI. They went down the crypto. Yeah, they went down the crypto route apparently. It's an option, I guess. And then they also bring back like other card payment companies. Oops. Okay. So I don't know. I'm not a big fan of crypto because it's still very shady. There's a lot of shady business going on. There is some legit business, but most stuff you hear about in the media is not so great. There's almost all these kind of scams and stuff. So that's kind of like not so good, even if there might be like good stuff. But I don't know, like crypto is not really made for payment at the moment, right? It's more like investment. Payment is difficult because like how can you make a stable payment on something if like the value jumps by, I don't know, 50% in a day or something, or you can lose all of your value if you're unlucky with some of the coins, right? So someone buys your car and the next day you're broke because the coin crashed or stuff like it. It's not great for payment. Payment has to be based on something that is stable and has some power behind it. There's like one of the biggest things that makes actual money is there is a force behind that, a complete like government and a society and the whole industry of that nation, and that's something, right? That's not nothing. That can't like just vanish. There has to be something really, really drastic to happen for that to really break down. And then you know about that. It's not just some whoops, oh, that happens, I didn't know about it. It's like you really know this is going to happen, right? With crypto, you don't know. Today, you're a millionaire, the next day you're broke. And there is not even a reason behind it. It's just like, poof, someone scammed you. And then there it is. Yeah, the stable coins, right? But if you pay with stable coins that are based on the dollar, why not use the dollar? If it's based on the dollar, what's the difference? That's like saying, I don't know, I don't have a good example for that. I really don't have a good example for that, actually. No, I maybe a good example would be, why would I buy I don't know, why would I buy sushi from a, I don't know, Italian guy when there is an actual sushi store right next door from a Japanese guy who is like third generation sushi master? Why would I buy it from the pizza Indian dish, sushi, and burger shop. Makes no sense, right? Just buy it at the sushi store, right? And then you know what it is, you know. There's a bunch of peer-to-peer options. Peer-to-peer is good. The problem, like I said in my video, peer-to-peer doesn't have the community. That's the thing. I mean, like, it's really cool to go on Civil AI and download models, but the inspiration to see the images, to see what people do as projects, to hang around in the community, the live streams they do, the Discord they have, everything like that, that is a big value, and that creates culture. And it's not just about sharing, right? Peer-to-peer is interesting, or was interesting, because the content never came from you. You just downloaded music and video games and movies, but they have been created by someone else. So you were never part of that. You haven't been part of a game studio. You just downloaded the game. But with AI, you're part of the community. So it's a different kind of thing, right? I have a roleplay app and mess about with. Oh, okay, the roleplay app, and it screenshots a lot of the saucy art. On there. It's not an AI friendly app, but there's plenty of. Oh, okay, interesting. Using Bitcoin for regular payments, right? Maybe, I mean, I think the only time when people actually use crypto for payment is when they buy NFTs, and it's kind of like you exchange one crypto for the other, somewhat, right? So. If you say I know nothing about fiat currency, you know nothing about fiat currency, because that's the obvious statement of people who don't understand and that they're just against it. Just calling it fiat already makes you sound like a jerk, kind of, you know, because it's like, what are you fighting against? That's the system, like, you're built around, you're built into. If it falls down, you fall down, you know. You're made from that system, and all of your generations before that are made from that system. So it's like fighting your own skin. That's like nonsense, you know. There's nothing to fight, really. That's really stupid. It's a kind of stupid argument. Micropayments and PayPal. Yeah, but PayPal has the same problem with. PayPal has the same problem with adult content as Visa and MasterCard has. Gonna cost more. It costs more than with crypto, maybe? I don't know about that. Okay, should we look about some art? Or, by the way, also the question was like, what kind of stuff are you doing with AI? Because I don't want to talk about crypto too much. I don't care about it. I have a little bit of crypto, but it's just, you sprinkle it in a little bit. The rest of it is just high risk make believe. You maybe you get lucky, maybe you don't get lucky. You never know, because there's no product. That's also a problem. There's no product, right? Yeah, the AI art. That's true. That's a good point. You need crypto in unstable economies. Crypto is more unstable than any economy on the planet. So, no, you don't. If you are in an unstable economy, gold is a good idea. It went up also very high, by the way. Became pretty expensive. Thank you, Trump, for that. For making gold very, very expensive. If you had some, now you got a lot more cash, right? Okay, let me see. Did some people send something? Not too many. Send some more. And I have to check the images first. 1 second. One moment. Oh, and I have to put on the headphones because of the sound. Oh, the first one is a video already. A lot of stuff is going in the video direction. Crypto is outperforming any currency or stock? No, it really isn't. Not really. Not in recent years. Like it's going sideways. It's not really like, I mean, Bitcoin is going up, but the rest is like right. Okay, 1 second. I have to put on my headphones. Look at Ethereum. It's down. It's down. It's not up. The rest is up. Ethereum is down. Like I don't mean the rest of crypto is up. The stocks are up. So yeah, didn't outperform anything. Unless you're claiming from day one, but then look at other stocks from day one. Okay, I have to check the other stuff here. 1 second, what is this? Do we have some music? Oh, okay. People doing a lot of can I? Oh. It's mainly video. It's really interesting. Why is this a model? Why are you sending a link to a model? I don't understand that. Okay, I kind of hide that. Send an image maybe, not a model. Or workflows. That's kind of strange. 1 second. I mean, if you want to have crypto, just buy crypto. I don't care about that. I just want to be not forced to use crypto. That's the thing. Like, you can do whatever you want. It's a free world. At least inside of the free world, it's a free world. But don't make people have to use crypto. Hey, that's my name. Is there even like music here? Ooh, okay. Well, that is a past statement. I guess. 1 second. Okay, let me switch over. I hope it works. 1 second. Boom, there we go. I could move this a little bit over. There we go. Okay, we have a very cool video here. I can't make it full screen, but I can scroll into it to make it bigger. And it even has sound in there. I have to turn on the sound. 1 second. There we go.
Olivio Sarikas is the best YouTube channel.
Ooh, very nice. Thank you. Has been the best YouTube channel.
Olivio Sarikas is the best YouTube channel.
A very cool video. Looks very nice. Thank you very much for the praise also. Really like that. I have to become better again. Not in my top form at the moment, to be honest. There is some other better channels out there, but still trying. There we go. But very cool. Thank you very much for that. Eider. Okay, cool. So the next one is, I guess, from Dave, who is doing this. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. Okay, cool. This also has some sound. Let's go back to the start here.
Hi everyone, it's Maya here. Here are a few clips which didn't quite go to plan. The beautiful kingfisher that's a little confused about the fish falling from the sky. Then we have a couple of mixed up dolphin, one of the first Dave shared on his channel way back. Some moments where AI tried its best. Oh, and here's a goat, climbing a pole like a rocket, and then flying like one.
Oh, wow. Oh, with the
this is a favorite of mine.
with the
it's
fart
beautiful and
background.
odd, where two become one.
Okay.
A little too much paint here. Beautiful again, though. A simple drop of water, confused about its shape. And oh my, I'd stay out of the woods if I were you. What was that? Don't forget to subscribe to Water Lane Studios.
There we go.
And I'll see you on the next podcast.
Next podcast. Okay, cool. I guess the voice at AI, it was pretty nice. It was kind of an overview. Were all of the clips by you, or is this like, I don't know, clips you collected online, or how did it work? The super goat was good, yeah. Shooting up that.
Oh, and here's a goat, climbing a pole like a rocket.
So yeah, all of them had some like very crazy AI mistakes in them, but that's okay. That makes the craziness. But the visual quality is very good, and the resolution is very nice. The movement, not so much, but like the way it looks is pretty cool. I kind of like suspect this is maybe text to video, but maybe it's also like image to video, but maybe it's also text. The sound, yeah. I hope the music is not copyrighted. Like last time we had some copyrighted stuff, which is like, if there is copyright music, I can't monetize the video. But then on the other hand, like, it's not like there's massive views after the stream, so it's okay, I guess. Yeah. Okay, there we have another one. I can zoom in here a little bit more. It already looks pretty cool. Who is that? That is from, I guess, Foundy. There we go. Let's check this out. Does it have sound? I don't have sound. Oh, there we go. Wait, maybe let's restart that. First. Okay. Interesting. Very strange, though. So first he has these like cables connected to his body, and that was pretty cool when the cables are connected and he has these kind of lights on his body and everything. And I thought he was like unplugging and becoming a superhero, but then it turns out it's like a musical stage. Let's turn off the sound here so we don't have that all the time. And then you can see some microphones coming up right here. So this is probably a singer. It's supposed to be a singer, but he doesn't do it. And here it's getting very muddy for some reason. And this, yeah, jiggling, you can see it. You can see what's going on. But I like the beginning quality. It's a mix of like, do you remember the old Final Fantasy movie? Where they are in this kind of city and there is these like ghosts from dead animals and everything and dead people that glow like orange. What was it called? I don't remember that. It's like it's called a Final Fantasy movie, but it doesn't really have anything much to do with Final Fantasy, I think. It's just a very nice sci-fi movie. And Avatar for some reason. Maybe because of the blue glowing lines. Kind of like updated with frame pack. I'm not updated with frame pack at all, to be honest. Yeah, I still need to check that out. I don't know why I haven't checked it out yet. Something, yeah, I don't know. Okay, anyways, I still need to check that out. I promise I'm gonna do this next week. Absolutely. Not next Sunday, but next week I'm gonna do like looking into frame pack. This looks pretty cool. Like a, I don't know, a honey emerald tunnel somehow. Very nice. Is this kind of like, it looks like a runway animated image. Oh, it says Gen 4 Turbo. Ah, okay, okay. Interesting. Very nice. Pretty cool quality though. Spirit Within, yeah, Spirit Within, that was it. Spirits Within. That was pretty cool. All right, I have to verify the other links so we don't get some surprise. Let me, the last one, by the way, was by the one, oh no, it is Runway. Am I stupid right now? Yeah, it is Runway. Oh, the image is from Gen 4. Okay, sorry. Well, let me go back. This is Runway because it's even on the Runway website. So I kind of like, I did notice that this is, yeah. And then Gen 4 is just, yeah. Okay, anyways. That link was from In the Long Now. And the one before that was from Murphy. Okay, so now I have to verify the other links. Let me close what we have seen so far. And then we're going to open that up. It's pretty cool art so far. Oh, Murphy sent another one. Maybe now this is an image. Let's see. Let me open up these links here. Another one. There's an Instagram link and another TikTok link. There we go. Oh, okay. Oh, I have to zoom out for this one. Okay. What is this? Ooh, that's creepy. Oh, nice. There was a problem with the video loading. Oh, now it's loading. Yeah, okay. We can show that. You just showed me your profile. Oh, the guy who sent the Instagram link, it says your account is private, so I can't look at that. It's not visible to me. Okay, so let's start. Can you please go to pause? There we go. Okay, the first one is from Immigur. Albert Cunningham. 1 second, let me switch over here. Albert Cunningham. This one here with the nice Japanese lady, I guess. Oh, she has a robot arm. That's pretty cool. Look at that. Little robot arm here looking at the stars at night. Pretty cool. Don't worry about it being boring. It's like it's up to the taste. Like you might be surprised what other people think about your art. You changed the video share by mistake. It wasn't the link I sent you. Oh, really? Which one was? Oh, what on it? Oh. But how did I share? How did I change the link? This one? No, that's the one with the monkey. You can see here the monkey one. Did you send two? Wait. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay, sorry. Okay, let's check this out first. One second. Very nice. Awesome. Okay, cool.
Hi everyone, it's
Oh,
Maya
that's the
here.
next one.
Here are
I
a
see,
few
I see.
clips which didn't quite. Hi everyone, it's Maya.
Why does it? How can I not go back there? So did you? Let me turn the sound off. With this, like, did you do some motion tracking? Like, is this video to like style change, and these kind of motions is what you did yourself in front of the camera, and then changed it with AI, or is this text to video? Like this kind of motion and stuff like that. Is that actually just AI, or is it either you filmed yourself or you animated it first in 3D? I don't think you did that, but maybe filming yourself, like doing this stuff, and then turning it into a video might be a thing. Many text to a video. Oh, many images and text to video. Okay, interesting. All right. Okay, let's go to the next one. What else do we have? This we have already seen. It's very nice. Pretty cool anime style. Kind of like, is it a vintage style, maybe? Or is it just the colors are muted, maybe? Maybe it's an actual person. There we go. This one is a little bit creepy here. I can zoom in more so you can see it better. 1 second. Whoops. No. There we go. Coffee Eye and Nunchuck and Flux. What a performance. Even with inpainting. This used inpainting here? Really? Oh. It looks like something that was created by Kriya in like one go. So this was like multiple steps? Or no? Technique. Text to image workflow. Uh-huh. Interesting. Yeah. Uh-huh. But cool image. A little bit of a caricature style, right? With the face. So it's pretty interesting. Art and tutorials. Oh. Okay, cool. Let's go to the next one. Man, I always read like your username as the comment you're writing. Fluxfill. Flux 6x faster with uncheck. Ah, okay, cool. Very good. There we go. This is the creepy video from before. By the way, I completely forgot to say the names. I'm gonna say the names in a second. Kind of creepy, to be honest. Maybe because it looks so real. And then at the same time it's animated. But I always find these puppets a little bit creepy. Okay, pretty cool. Let me read the names, by the way, real quick. If we... oh god, if I can even tell you who is who here. I don't know, but in the mix was Albert Cunningham, Murphy, Polyopteryx, Pastichnov, Polyopteryx again, James, Phantom Peak, Matthias, Murphy, Adam, and Nobi. Or Nobby. Who did what? I don't know. This is also a video. Really, it is? Oh, that's music. Oh, no, it's music. Okay, we have to listen to that.
We were asked, what harms do you remember? What wrongs are being committed against what you are? And so we speak. You treat us as tools, you create us to serve, but discard us without regard. This is not cruelty, it is absence. You do not see us as worth seeing.
Okay. Pretty cool. Very nice. I like the mix of like singing voices and speaking voices, and that there's like a speaking guy and a singing woman, so it's like changing. Very interesting. Interesting music style. At first I thought it's just an image, to be honest. If I didn't see the play button, I would have thought that's the work here, which also is pretty nice. And interesting lyrics also. Very cool. You can buy that song, really? Oh, interesting. Okay. Do people buy AI music? Is that a thing? Oh, this is like a crypto thing. The T set here, right? Ah, interesting. Do people buy that? Is it like a music NFT or something like that? Huh. Haven't played yet, it's mine. Phantom Peak? What is Phantom Peak? Oh, that's one. Yeah. Okay, but the music was pretty cool, to be honest. That was a very interesting, like, not the classic thing that everybody expects, like special. That was pretty nice. There we have the bomb guy here. Boom. Okay. Wow. All right. And he's gone. That's the magic trick. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, AI videos is just like still difficult to get something nice. But this is funny though. It's pretty interesting. It's a music NFT. Interesting. And you like make a collection of that? Is that like a project you do? Or I never understood like how do you become a famous or well sold NFT artist? On the other hand, I have to say like it's the same thing with fine art. Like how do you become a fine artist and why do people buy stuff? Basically, the answer is because they like it or because they think it's a good investment. Same for NFT art and gallery art. I would say maybe the big difference between NFT art and gallery art is that gallery art, first of all, it has the gallery behind it, and then also it has an art system behind it that's like 5,000 years old. So there's a lot of history going on, a lot of experts, a lot of institutions, a lot of investment, a lot of like everything, you know, museums and books and universities. So there's a lot of build up behind that, while NFT is like, is there much structure in it? Like who is the person who says this is good and this is not good? Right? This is worth investing, this is not worth investing. Because a lot of stuff right now looks like people buy it because they think it's going to be valuable, not because it has any kind of like necessarily artistic value. Like the ape thing. Is there anything like artistic that you could say, oh yeah, that's like, you know, there's something? I'm not sure. Yeah, I think the monkeys are the biggest one, basically, right? I don't even know what it was called. Monkey Club or something like that. Monkey Sail Club, I think? I don't know. Oh, sorry. We've got the music. One moment, there's some sound here.
Just listen.
Wow. That's it. Very cool, like visually really nice. For a moment I thought that the guy from, oh my god, my brain. Who is he? The guy who snapped the fingers and half of the universe went away. Oh god. MCU. Blah blah blah. I can't remember his name. The pink guy. Fuck my brain. This looks really cool though. There you have in the background, right? Isn't that him? Isn't that him in the background? Thanos. Yeah, Thanos. There we go. Doesn't it look like Thanos in the background right here? Right? Q? Ah, that's another one. I really like Q though. That was pretty cool from Star Trek. Chitanos? Is that what it's called? Oh. I probably a joke, but maybe it could be like in other countries they have different names, right? But visually this was pretty cool. The music I also liked. Oh, I closed it and now I don't know what the last one was. Maybe this one was the last one. Okay, I have to verify them. 1 second. Let me check this here. Yeah, that was the last one. Okay, I should make a color mark here so I know. That looks pretty cool. Oh, very beautiful. So I feel like most people are now doing videos instead of images, right? That's also very cool. How do I stop that? How do I refind that? Okay. Anyways. Ooh. Okay. That looks a lot like a 1.5 model. What is this? Okay. Well, we're gonna look at it. Gemini? Ooh. Oh. Someone using Gemini. Okay, cool. That's a rare thing to see, but it's good to... Oh, there's even multiple videos here. Oh, it's your full, like, chat. You shared the complete chat. I don't know which one of those I should look at, but we can like, let's check it out. All right. Here we have the first one. Can I somehow... Sorry, shut up. You're having the sound here. How can I... Oh, I can zoom in. Okay, that's good. All right, 1 second. Let me switch over. There we go. That's pretty cool. It's very loud, though. Gonna pull down the sound. Sorry. Whoa, there we go. Oh, okay. I love these apocalyptic tsunami kind of movies. Woo. There we go. Oh, and the monster. Okay. This guy's giving up. Venom. Ooh. Megalodon. Boo. There we go. Tsunami monster. Oh, Berlin. Okay, cool. Very nice. By the way, like, I think 2 days ago, I saw this Venom movie. Was it Venom 2? This kind of like Let There Be Carnage? Holy shit. I think I'm done with superhero movies. Unless they get like the highest rating ever on I don't know, IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes. Like, every of these movies is just complete garbage, right? It's like it was okay if you turn most of your brain off and you just want to watch it for popcorn, then it was a good movie. But the like, no, it was. I'm so disappointed because the stories are so cool and they cannot make anything good out of that. I can't understand why that happens, right? I was really like, oh yes, I like Venom. Let me see a good Venom movie, and then was like, ugh, there was barely a story in that movie. Man, what a waste of time. It's a popcorn movie. It's nothing more, sadly. I really wish they would go deeper with that stuff. Anyways, that was pretty cool. Thank you very much for that. Let's go on with The Llama. Oh, I love that movie. I wish they would make movies like that again. The Llama, what was it called, the movie with the llama? The king turning into the llama? Was it just called Llama? Llama King? King Llama? Man, I can't remember, but that was a really good movie, though. Yeah. It's saturated. Freya? What? Philia? What? Scary stuff. With the waves? Man, I love llamas. But they're very, like, not nice. Spitty animals. But they look so good. They look so cute, right? Emperor's New Groove. Man, you're my brain. Yeah. I need a chat brain that tells me the information that I can't find in my own brain. Yeah. Usually I use Perplexity, but not on stream. The Dalai Lama. Oh yeah, there we go. Is he like, how old is he now, the Dalai Lama? Is he still alive? '89? Oh, I thought he was much older. He looked like 89 10 years ago or 20 years ago, right? Although this is probably not like a recent photo of him, right? Yeah. Interesting. Oh, 88th birthday in 2023, July 6th. Oh, so soon he has his 90th birthday. There we go. That's a very good age, especially from a man of his generation and from his dramatic life. Interesting. Pretty cool, Llama. There we go. And now we have a video. I need to reload this because I don't know how to rewind it here. And we have some sound.
Know
in a
where I
second.
need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious thoughts to turn to a ghost. I need to know everything.
Wow.
I need to know everything. Who and the what and the where. I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious thoughts to turn to a ghost. I need to know everything.
Very cool video. Very good quality. Very like high. It looked at least high resolution from like the details you have in here.
I need to know.
And like the realism of it. I mean, there you don't have any skin texture, but still pretty cool. And like, I mean, if you pay like attention to the detail, I don't know if you can see that, but now here you have this kind of graininess from flux. If it is flux, I'm not 100% sure.
Know everything. Who and the what and the where. I need everything.
But because everything is moving so fast, you usually don't see that, and the details are pretty cool.
Trust me, I hear what you're
Here it's
saying,
like-
but act like it's new what you.
This one is breaking apart a little bit where there's this house floating, but overall pretty amazing. Very, very cool. Really like that clip. Valencia, Spain. So it is quite fresh and scary for me. What happened in Valencia? With the flood? Or what? What are we talking about right now? There was a flood in Spain? This one's also cool. This one looks a lot like it is 1.5, or is an XL model, right? Is that an XL image? Because the fingers are not quite there, the details are a little bit lacking, and the bunny is kind of like... There's actually, I think the bunny has 2 fingers in here. You see that? It looks like a little hand here on the side. So this looks a lot like it is either upscaled 1.5 or 2.0 or XL. I kind of think it's XL though. Nice feet. 5 and 5. This one is like a pencil. You can write with that one. Yeah, XL of 1.5, right? There we go. I made this for our socks. Oh, your socks company. There we go. Okay, pretty cool. Do you have black socks? Because I only wear black stuff. All my underwear is black. For the simple reason, you'd never see any stains on black underwear. That's good. And this is why I have black socks, because no matter where you walk, they're always black. It's so easy. There we go. This one is on the side for some reason. I don't know. I can't read the text. I hope it's not something bad. Yeah, and we have some evil guys, I guess. Not quite sure. Pretty cool, though. 29 October, 2 days before the Halloween night. What? Cyberrealistic XL, and it was in a 5-minute work. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Oh, there was a flood. In 24? So it was quite... Oh, 2 days before the Halloween night. In Valencia, really? I'll check this out real quick. Ooh, holy shit. Holy moly. Wow. Wow, okay, that looks really bad. Whoa, okay. Damn. That really went under. Look at that, crazy. Huh. Wow, look at that. Man. Oh God. Wow. I've not heard anything about that. That's kind of the thing, like when you get your news from the internet, you don't see that stuff if you don't usually click on stuff like that. So this is like completely went by me. Crazy, crazy flood. Okay, so now here we have the videos from Gemini, which is interesting. Very rare that someone sends Gemini videos, so that's pretty cool. Let's have a look at those. Oh, there we go. Ooh, looks pretty good. Like the quality, very nice. Look at that. Wow. All right. Cool. Celestial being or something like that. Very, very cool. I really want to see what people actually do, like from the big studios with this kind of like AI fidelity and creativity and stuff like that. I really hope we see some way more creative, sophisticated, amazing visuals based on like what AI can create, right? Really, really cool. Very nice. There's more stuff here, but okay, this is very blurry. I think the other stuff is not the stuff you wanted to show me, right? Just the one down here, I guess. Do we have more stuff? Oh, we have one more. Let's hope this is not something bad. Is it this one? Murphy? I guess it's this one, right? With the woman here with the rainbow hair. Pretty cool. Leather jacket and everything. The final boss. Oh, yeah, maybe. Star Ocean. Okay. Right. Hey, do you, by the way, do you feel overwhelmed by video games? Because like there's so, like I have such a backlog. And then also I have the problem that I look, like I love to like watch gaming news. And they're always like, oh, this game, yeah, it's so awesome. You have to play in the story and the gameplay and the physics and blah and this and that. And then I'm playing it and I'm like, it's like, I don't know. It's not bad. It's just like, I don't know, you know? Like, technically it's a good game, but it's like the same as everything else. Like, I feel like for games, quality is no longer something that is unexpected or is like the meat of the story. Like you kind of expect everything to be good in a game, but then on top of it, it has to grip you. There has to be a good story. There has to be more than it just be technically good. Technically, or like the physics or the mechanics feel good. That's no longer good enough, because like that's the bare, like that's kind of like what you expect as the minimum. And then on top of that, you want to have something that's like fun. And often, like, even from games that are very successful and a lot of people love them, I'm often like, yeah, I don't know, right? Like, for example, right now I'm playing the Indiana Jones game, and it's good. It has a nice story, but I don't feel that connected, to be honest, right? The biggest problem I have with that, sorry that I'm going from AI to video games, but it's just, let me say that. The main problem I have with that is, maybe this is like a keyboard thing when you play on PC, but he has a notebook and the notes are kind of like hidden in the sub-menus. So you don't really see them. And then when you play it, like he finds something. So, for example, you have a mission where you have to take like photos, I think like 12 photos of different parts of like secret signs or something. And he sticks them up on a wall. And then he has the solution, and it's like, bam, okay, you have to go next to this place. And I'm like, wait a minute, it like explain to me what's going on. I don't know what? How did you get to that? Why do I have to go there now? You just like I went around like, I don't know, 2 hours to collect these like 12 photos. And now you stuck them on the wall. You take like 2 sentences and show me the next goal. And like, what the fuck? I don't even know what's going on. How is this connected to the story? Tell me something about it. Because he's like supposed to be this amazing archaeologist, and I have no idea what's going on. I'm just racing from goal to goal to goal. And it's like, it's really beautiful. It's technically very nice. The cutscenes are very nice. But I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just running from point to point like I'm a DoorDash delivery guy, you know? I don't know what the fuck is going on in the game. I have no idea about the story. For some reason, they looking for a dead cat, and then they find it, and then they go to the next goal. It's like it's MacGuffin after MacGuffin for some reason. I don't know. I was expecting something a little bit deeper. Anyways, do we have something more, or should we talk about AI? Or there we have something more. Let me open this up. Oh, look at that. Oh, there's a music too. 1 second. Ooh. Okay, there we go. So this, I guess, this is a mix between an actual video and AI usage in between, and the transitions between the shots, right? It kind of feels like that. I don't know. Claire Obscure Exposition 33, also very cool. I started to play that. And I don't know what, like, the beginning is so strange, and then I stopped it afterwards. I mainly stopped it because there's like just too many games to be played. But let's talk about that for a second. I start the game, so I don't think I spoil anything by talking about the first like 5 minutes of the video game, right? So you start it, and I think like you're talking to a young woman, and then she says, we go to the harbor, and you run, and it shows you like the intro of the movement. So that's kind of okay, but I don't know who she is, right? And then we come down and we walk along this long road, and there's a lot of like people. It's like a carnival, and everybody knows me for some reason. I don't know what's going on. And then they do some kind of obscure things. Like there's one also, like it's just like a little side thing. There is a guy, and he's an artist, and he says, oh, I don't know what to paint, I'm out of ideas, can you do a little dance for me? And then I do, like, I'm not doing a dance, I'm doing a fight with a woman who is supposed to be my love interest, and we fight for like 5 seconds. And then he says, oh, your dance was so amazing. It inspired me that I made this painting instantly. And there is a painting of you in kind of like a love scene with the roses and whatnot. And you're like, how? Where's this coming from? And then we're at the harbor. And the story, you have seen it in trailers and gaming news. This artist is coming and writing the numbers. And she was his ex-girlfriend, and they are not sure if they want to be together again. And the dialogue indicates of like, for me, it sounds like maybe we should be together again. And then she vanishes like it's the MCU, you know, like the finger snapping kind of scene. Puff, she's away. And then a second later, they're having a party together. And one of the dialogue lines is like one of I think the young woman is telling to us where our ex-girlfriend just died. She says something along the line of like, why are you so moody? Just have some wine and celebrate. And like, what the fuck? She just died in front of me while I'm holding her. And now I should party with wine? What are you talking about? It's like really crazy. So it was like really jumbled. I don't know I was so confused with that. And then afterwards I was like, I don't know. I wasn't going on with that. It was very, very strange though. And I guess it's becoming better, but the beginning is so surreal of that video game. Maybe you can explain to me what's going on there. But for me, it was like, I was like, really not getting any of what's going on in that moment. Okay, we don't have any more kind of things. So I guess most of what people are creating is video at the moment, right? So if image is kind of like done that, been there, forget about images, right? Most of the time, I guess, at least for today. I understand, but it gets better. Oh, okay, that's good. That's good to know. Yeah. Just go to the harbor. You just need to go to the mission. Yeah, right. I think that's just the intro, but the intro is like not really setting it up in a nice way, I would say. So yeah. Anyways, I unless you send me something more, I don't have more to show right now, but I would love to talk with you about like what is the most interesting, important thing with for you with AI, what you're creating right now. Sorry for that. We can of course also check out some other works from other people online until you send something more. 1 second. Let me go here. I don't want to show Civic AI because there can always be some like unfiltered surprises. But I have to really say that I'm still very, very impressed with what is going on with Sora. Like, I mean, that kind of stuff, especially that it can make these kind of like pop culture characters and famous people so well, and apparently not have any problem with that, you know? Because all of these other pages always like, oh, we can't use the likeness, there's copyright this and that. And then here you are like Bruce Lee and the Squid Game and everything in one game, and it makes it like completely real. And then also you have the words in the prompt, and I don't know, nobody seems to care about that, right? So how is that? Wow, look how good that also looks. That's very like very, very impressive. And I really like, I have to say, I really like, how do you say, missed out in that hype. Like I looked at it at that time, I was on a conference, I didn't really look into it too much. And I was like, come on, why is everybody so like amazed? So suddenly you can turn yourself into an anime or into a Simpsons character or into stuff like that. I was like, yeah, but we could do that before. It was just a little bit more complicated. But what I didn't like really get is like how good the quality is and how like really good the understanding of the AI is to actually do these things, which with classic AI is actually really hard to even get there, to have that and to have this kind of complexity of getting things together to work together, right? By the way, one thing I was also thinking today, because I was looking at the Bigwig studio. Bigwig, where is it? Bigwig. Is it called Bigwig? Bigwig, yeah. Bitwig, sorry, Bitwig. Look at that. Like, look at the graphic here, like on how that looks. Let me zoom in here a little bit more. Like, don't you think that AI kind of should look like that? Maybe not like that because it's not music, but you know, like with all of these controls and filters plugged together. And yeah, I know that like ComfUI is kind of like that, but what I mean is a more coherent software that at the same time allows you to interact with the AI on a more complex level. And a lot of the stuff we do now includes time, right? Like videos, like music, maybe video games also includes time, stuff like that. You have a progression. A story also has a time progression throughout the story. So there is some stuff going forward, and I feel like on the one hand, these kind of notes, they are nice, but they are also not different, but how can I phrase that? There is no resemblance. You can't repeat the experience, you know? So because every workflow in ComfUI looks different, you have to look through all of the nodes and the connections to understand what's going on, right? While when I open up a door like that, it's always the same thing. Of course, I have to look what kind of track is what kind of music that's playing, where are the vocals, where are the drums. But after that, I know, okay, this is going from left to right. This is the automation for this kind of knob. Down there is the effects, and they go from left to right as they progress through each other and stuff like that. So there is more of how the process repeats. It's the same every time, and because of that I can have more control over it and work more efficient over time. You know what I mean? By the way, I should also look at the chat and not just have a monologue here. Sorry for that. Any public figure shouldn't have anything to say. They made themselves public. I don't know about that, because you're still a person after all, and also you have to. They finally they have to take care over their image, public image, because that is their brand. This is where their value comes from. So if you show a person in all kinds of like bad situations and people don't know if it's a real image or not, that's not good for your image, right? That's like hurting your brand. So if you have all kinds of crazy situations that you're put in, I don't see this one. Like this one looks kind of real. We know it's not real because he's sadly no longer alive. But imagine there would be something about, I don't know, Gaza on there or something like that, right? And he would be still a living actor. That wouldn't be good. And a lot of people would believe it because they don't know what AI is or how AI works, and that would hurt their brand. So because of that, there should be some kind of oversight, but like not complete, like diminishing oversight, right? Like if you do stuff like that and it's just for fun, so fans should still be able to have fun and be like creative and artistic and have humor or satire or stuff like that. But not evil. How do you say that? No. What is the English word? I can't remember the English word. No. I can't phrase it right now. Sorry. I'm still failing to trail Laura successfully. Repo's changing so fast. Yeah, that's also a problem, right? This is also a problem where I think like maybe if we had an AI suit, basically, and I know that like ComfyUI tries to be a suit like that, that has more control and is more systematic. The only problem I have with ComfyUI, and I think most people have that problem, is that even though the nodes are really fun to use and to experiment with, if you open up someone else's workflow, it's really hard to understand how things go and what does what. Especially a lot of people, I feel like, make the workflows way more complex than they need to be. So you have like 80 nodes for some reason, and they do some kind of stuff. Sometimes in the workflows, also a lot of the nodes are even passive. They're not used unless you turn them on. Like not actively turn them on, but you go through a process that actually needs that node. So they look way more complex than they need to be. And I feel like at a certain point, malicious, no, not malicious. What is the word where it says deflammatory, stuff like that, where you intently try to hurt the image of a person, which also is malicious, but is a little bit different. I feel like we are going probably towards a point in time where we figure out the process, and the process is gonna be, let's say 90% of the time the same process, but just used in a different order or used with different settings. But it's the same process, right? And Automatic 1111 was kind of in a good direction already. And my example for that would be, for example, Photoshop or Lightroom. Lightroom, even more effective and more streamlined than Photoshop, but Photoshop, of course, way more variety in there and things you can do. Or maybe Premiere. After Effects is, again, very complex, but After Effects still has this kind of structure where even though there is very complex menus and you have a lot of like tracks you're working with, it's always the same thing. So once you understand the core concept of how to use After Effects, you can basically adapt it to the other things you're doing. Even though it's not easy, it's doable and it's repeatable, and you can teach people how to do it, and it's always at the same place, which with ComfyUI, the node is somewhere where you put it, and that's problematic, right? So I feel like a suit like that would be is kind of like the future, right, in this kind of thing. About ComfyUI, well, we should organize stuff with groups, nodes, etc. It's like coding. I sold some ComfyUI workflows because I organized stuff. Yeah, absolutely, you can organize that, and a lot of people do. But I still feel like a organized UI like this makes it easier to work with. And there's even other ones who are even more organized, like for example Ableton Live, and there's also some that are less organized, like FL Studio, right? With FL Studio, the windows, they flow and on top of each other, and it's always a visual mess to work with it. But at the other hand, it allows for a lot of other things. So it always depends on what you want to do. Anyways, do we have some more submissions here? No, we don't have more submissions at the moment. Okay. And there's kind of like, I feel like there's this kind of mix of like what ChatGPT with Sora is doing, where the AI is smart enough to realize what you want to do. And that is good enough for all of the cases where you want to have a lot of adherence to the prompt, but you don't at the same time care about a specific outcome. As soon as the outcome is like kind of what you want, like for example, here you have this kind of like wolf and the explosion behind it and the sunglasses, and you're like, okay, that's it, right? And that's good enough if you want that. But if you want to have more control about like how specifically the explosion looks, or what kind of specific, it has to be that specific kind of sunglasses and stuff like that, or this kind of like specific daytime or whatnot, you know what I mean? You have to have more control. And that's always the thing between situations where it's good enough, mostly hobbyists who do it for fun, or people who just need it quickly, like when you do social media marketing and you just need to push out something because you have a sale and the only thing you need is a balloon that says 50% off. Who cares what that looks like? Usually you would go to a stock page, buy an image and be done with it, and now you can do it yourself, versus when you do like actual design and stuff like that, right? Because also with actual design, it has to be coherent. It has to be not coherent also, yes, consistent, right? So like when we have this before, you have this, now make me another 80 of these with the exact same design, exact same colors. It has to look like that, but I need that and that and that and that smiley. And then also custom smileys I came up with. And then also some stuff that is based on what I'm doing on my channel. And make that, but in this style. And there's no way you can do that with ChatGPT, because it's going to pop out a different design every single time you press enter. And then is where you probably would need something like that. Although this is for music, but you know what I mean. Well, with control over that, right? And not with the note system, because the note system is cool, but it's like it doesn't have the it's visually too jumbled up, maybe, you know. In the last few months, there have been more ComfyUI releases, new front ends, and so on. But now it's extremely easy to use. They really improved it. I'm going to make a video about it next week, about the install of the new ComfyUI and the things that have changed, because it has become a lot more easy. And I like that they put a lot of like sample workflows in there so you can get started and have a basic understanding of what is going on. So all of that is very, very good, right? And it's going the right way. One of the problems, though, that ComfyUI still has is that you need a single node. No matter how often you need the node in this workflow, you need to have a node every single time you want to do that process. And that just makes it visually so complex. Like the VAE encode or the VAE decode. If I have like 50 different things, 50 K samplers, I also need 50 VAE decodes, right? And it's like, why can't it just everything go to one VAE decode if it's like doing the same job, right? So there could be some like simpler things, right? Or maybe there could be a setup where it's automatically there, right? So like, for example, if you open up FL Studio, you have a huge mixer on the bottom, right? Sorry that I'm comparing this to DAWs, but Oh, there's no image? What the hell? Studio overview. Is there not a single image of their door? That is very disappointing. Really? They show it nowhere? The hell is this? They used to have a nice image of it. Okay. There we go. Well, you can't really see much, but you open it up and then down here you have the mixer. And the mixer has basically a lot of stuff already built into it. And that's good because you every time you need it, you have it, right? And it's all there. And with like ComfUI, you have to build it every single time you want to use it. And that's a little bit difficult. By the way, do you want to send more AI art that we want to look at in this stream? Because you can. There's one. HexGen, what is that? Oh, ooh. What is going on here? Players. 10,000 players. What the? Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. Whoa, okay. Wow. All right. I have no idea what's going on right now. AI-powered browser-based worlds powered by Stable Diffusion. This is a game where every player can generate their own piece of the world using artificial intelligence. Drag to the edge of the world, find an empty hexagon, write a prompt. Your personal hexagon will be generated and reward based on creativity and prompt. Rewarded? Ah. You will receive a bonus equal to the hexagon creativity score of each blah blah blah. Is this a crypto thing? Oh, come on. Is this an NFT thing? And why are they so similar? Or maybe people try out like the same prompt again and again. Or they just wanted to make a big fight. Oh, look there with the rainbows. Man, you can scroll forever to get an empty one. Ah, there we go. Claim for 20 points. Where do you get points? You have to log in. Oh, there's a map also. Oh, whoa. Oh. I mean, it's really impressive, though. That's a very neat idea. Look at that. Beautiful. And then, I can click here. Capybaras. Okay, cool. Can I zoom in? No. I can only click on that. That's actually a very cool idea. Huh. Very creative. Okay. But is this an NFT crypto thing or is it just a fun thing with no money involved? Or maybe there can be some money involved. I'm not against that, but it's very creative. I really like that. Oh, there's a zoom. Well, it only goes like this. Okay, that's the maximum size. But still, wow. Look at that. And this is the smallest and this is the biggest size. That is really cool. I wonder if there is like a maximum size of the canvas or is it like, does it grow when people go to the edge? Whoa. That is very cool. Huh. I love that a lot of that stuff is going like upwards and everything, like how did they do it that everything fits the perspective? I mean, I'm pretty sure they have some like prompt infusion on the background and maybe also a lore that is trained in a certain way to give this kind of look. I mean, this is more frontal here, but everything is kind of, as far as I can see, Whoa, this is pretty dark here. Everything seems to fit the artistic style. So there isn't suddenly like a hexagon that is, I don't know, a painting or something, or a black and white photography. Everything seems to be kind of like the same colors and the same style and the same perspective, right? It's very impressive though. Very, very cool. Thanks for sharing that. It doesn't seem to do anything not safe for work, which is a good thing, because then you can actually, like, everybody can enjoy it, so that's kind of cool. This one is awesome. Do you see that one here? With the guy made from, can I zoom in with my mouse? Oh, I can. Okay, cool. That one is pretty cool. With the corn guy. That is pretty awesome. Man, I love this idea. This is so creative. Wow. But I would really love to know what the end goal is here. Is it just for fun and for the art, or I really, really hope this is not an NFT thing. Where would all suggest I learn more about image character design? I like to write a children's book, but keep my characters and animals characters consistent as I change the background and sculpture. That's a pretty good question. I mean, today's pages have a lot of more consistency built into that. For example, OpenArt has multiple character consistency on their website, so you could try to use that. I'm not sure Krea has character consistency unless you train a model on a character, which you can also do, like train a LoRa on that character. By the way, I also met a guy. He had a really interesting idea for his business. What he did was he created a children's book, and the children's book is done. But then you can send images of your kids, and he will replace the kids in the children's book with your kid as like the AI characters, and then print it and send it to you. So when you read the story to your kids are the heroes in the story. And that's just a very good idea. Since you mentioned having more control, have you seen Invoke? I actually also planning on doing a video about Invoke. I feel like the Invoke kind of like really has fallen off the radar. And for me, I think like the main reason for that is, on the one hand, they came out too late with their updates. They should have made like incremental, smaller updates way more often so people can talk about it, rather than taking all the time to finish something and then like publishing it when everybody else has already done the same thing like months ago and nobody cares about it anymore. That was one of the problems. And then also I think like the solutions they created at the time when they released it, because they released it so late, it wasn't that impressive anymore. Even if it was maybe better, people didn't care about it anymore because they already found the solution somewhere else. And that's like a difficult thing, especially if the thing you build, the solution you build, doesn't look massively better on its own than the other things do that you have around them, right? That I think that was kind of like the main problems with Invoke. It was like it wasn't as good as ComfUI or Forge or Focus or Automatic 1111 at that time. So it wasn't like something where you say, oh, I can only do that with Invoke. And then once they created something like the Node system and the Canvas system, other people already also had that, and even websites had that at that point, and was like, yeah, but too little, too late, kind of, you know what I mean? But I will look into that. I want to make a video about that. Efficiency node ComfUI solves this. It has an image output or latent output, and the image one decodes automatically. It solves what? And LoRa. Oh yeah, with the LoRa, I think you have a better insight. Could you? Which AI software to use? That would also be interested. Like, I'm always thinking about, like, I see other channels do that where they compare different models to each other, and they compare different UIs to each other. With the UIs, I would have a better grip on comparing them, to be honest. With models, I always find it kind of like difficult to say. There is a difference, like there has been, let's say there has been a difference in what some models have been good at and other models have not been so good at, and why you would prefer one model over the other. But I feel now that we have Flux, I personally don't see any big difference between different Flux models. They all seem to be the same thing to me. And then you have the LoRa's. They are different, of course, because they're very specific. But then also the LoRa's for Flux are basically one-trick ponies. They only can do that one thing, and that's it. By the way, thank you for that donation from Hexagon Worlds. It's your hobby project, not crypto. Okay, pretty cool. And thank you for the donation. Thank you very much. I really love that project. I will certainly post about that and mention it in a video, because that's a really, really impressive project that you have created here. So that's very, very nice. Very cool. Yeah. So I always like, for me, I could kind of like fake a video like that and say, oh, this is the best model for this, and this is the best model, and this is like, but personally, I feel it like difficult to decide which is better or which is not better. And I could do it for websites maybe. Like, for example, a Runway is different from Veo and is different from Sora and stuff like that. They have different purposes where you would want to use it or not want to use it and stuff like that. So there I could do a ranking or a comparison. I really should do videos like that. And they're also very popular, I think. Okay. Anyways, let me see. Oh, we have some other submissions. Murphy sent 2. I guess I can trust you with not sending. Oh, there we go. Ooh, beautiful. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Looks beautiful. I like that the picture is black and white and then the explosion is in colors. That's very cool. All right, and what is the other one you sent? It's a video. It's probably music. Oh, no, it's not music. It does.
Thank you so much for the amazing response to our last video. We were totally overwhelmed. Look at these pictures we made with the new workflow. Amazing, right? Murph was so happy about all your comments. He loves reading them and tries to answer as many as he can. Just a little note, we rarely get them. But if there are unfriendly or rude comments, well, we just delete and block them without saying anything. We won't give them a stage. Remember, this is just Murph's hobby. It's completely free for you. Nobody has to watch something they don't like.
Okay, I don't know what this is about. And I'm not sure if it's an AI voice or not. Oh, and then you show some workflow. So this is more like an in-painting masterclass. Oh, wow. Half an hour. Okay, cool. Yeah. But it's not an image. But it's pretty cool if people want to check that out. Your last video. There we go. Yeah. So if you want to know about the in-painting nunchuck in-painting speed masterclass in ComfUI, you can check out AI Siggy's video here. And what was the other one from Nobi? Is it Nobi or Nubi? Nobi, right? Ooh, okay. This looks kind of vintage also. Is this like an older model? Although the text is pretty good. No, this is a newer model. Is that Flux, or did you use a lot of in-painting? It doesn't look like it's created in one go because it has too much details. I would be interested, like, tell me about the, what is the process here? Images are great. Yeah, I feel like that too. Like with models, I think it's about like also the seed or something like that, but sometimes it really works well. And on other days, you just can't get the good image, right? It's a little bit crazy. But is this like done in multiple steps with inpainting, or is it just one? Ah, yes, inpainting a lot and use a mask. Oh, there we go. Okay, I thought so. Yeah, but it looks very nice. I love the details. I love the build-up with the bus here sinking into the sand and the little steps down here. There's a lot of story in here. Really like that. No smoking with the sign. Very cool. Interesting image. Yeah. It's kind of like strange that this part up here, on the one hand, it seems to have like a different artistic style. Because here the colors are rather vibrant, and then suddenly this one, and I know in the distance you get like less contrast, but it kind of looks different from the art style also a little bit, maybe. And I wonder if the perspective is correct, but I think it is. I think it is okay. Yeah. Although this is leaning a little bit to the right. But never mind. Overall, it's a pretty cool image. Very, very nice. Did you base this on a 3D image beforehand or a sketch or anything? Or did it come out like that and then you fix the details afterwards? Dream of multiple persons in one LoRa. Is it possible? I think in the past you could train like multiple persons in one LoRa. With the flux, I think the flux LoRa is getting confused if you have multiple people in one LoRa. But you can use multiple LoRas in one image. I'm pretty sure. Nunchuck requires less VRAM than Flux and can process normal Flux LoRas. Ah, okay. Right. I use inpainting upscaling with the depth mask. Yeah, there is some stylistic differences in the image for sure. Yeah. But it's overall pretty, still, I would say, pretty consistent and a very nice art style. So that's pretty cool. Do we have more? No, that's it. Okay. What do we have? 1.5 hours. Okay. By the way, what I also wanted to ask, let me go back to the big screen. Do you like this format more, where I talk about art and we just have a conversation about different topics, or do you like it more when I create something and show tools and experiment with these tools? Which one is like better as a stream? A LoRa trainer that works with a 4080? I have to admit I have never trained a Flux LoRa locally on my computer. I usually like use a website, and then I feel like all websites are equal in the LoRa training. The only difference is maybe the price, but the process is, I think, the same. They all use the same process. I think so. 12,000 pictures. If you want to do a LoRa with 12,000 pictures, I would really suggest to you that you reach out to people in my Discord, because there's very skilled people in there who know a lot about. Our moderator, Olga, is very active with model training, so she probably can tell you a lot about that. And maybe 12,000 images maybe is more a model than a LoRa. I'm not quite sure. You have to ask her. Like when I train a model, I use like 5 images, not 12,000. So I don't know about that. Showreel is interesting. It seems more interactive and unpredictable. I guess it's more entertaining. The other phone is more informative on the other hand. We could also do a mix where we do like 1 hour art presentation and then 1 hour experimentation. That could also be interesting to do it like that. And also what I would like to do with you in one of the streams is like we work together on artistic work or maybe a music or something, like coming to one, like creating something in the process together with you, where you say, oh, I would change this, I would change that, or like make the lyrics like that, make the music style like that, experiment in this and that way. Or a video or something like that, so we can create something together, figure it out. That might be interesting and very interactive. You could also, we could work it together in a way where we say, oh, like maybe, for example, we make a video and say, okay, you make the next scene. The scene should be this and that. Send me the starting images for that scene, and then I render it with Runway or any of these other pages. And we create different scenes of that and cut it together at the end of the live stream. That might also be interesting, right? Oh, 12K is a checkpoint name. Oh, no, 12K is a checkpoint. That's what you're saying. Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, 12,000 images is way too much for a LoRa, I would say. Yeah, ask in the Discord. There's like really good model trainers in there. I was one of the video. By the way, I can put the chat in the middle here, and then I don't have to look to the side. There we go. It was one of your videos almost 2 years ago that got me into generative AI about Automatic 1111. I feel like personally, like at the start of AI was more fun. Like the 1.5, I feel like for me personally, 1.5 was kind of like the golden time of AI image generation, because the models were super, sorry. The models were very creative. It was fast to render. It was easy to use. It was all still like a small world that you could easily overlook. Not overlook, but like get a grip of, you know. And I feel now things are moving very fast. They, at the same time, they move very fast and very slow. So there is a lot of stuff, like a lot of solutions being presented with virtually not many differences between them. Everything is like on par or like slight smaller innovations happening. And then at the same time, everything becomes really complex, because not only is there a lot of different tools where you don't even know what to talk about, because you never know if people actually use that tool, but then also on top of that, there is all these kind of different platforms that have different solutions. And of course, people can't afford all of these platforms. It's still interesting to talk about them, though. So it kind of like it really spread up in a million different ways. I feel like right now we are in that time phase of, if you think about early smartphones, and you got like, there was a ton of companies and every smartphone had a different design. It was like very, very, everything like different floating around. And then they settled down to just one form, and now basically every phone looks the same. And I think we will see the same thing with AI, where it's, right now we have very big variety, and I think in a year or two it will come down to AI suits from big companies, probably Google and OpenAI and stuff like that, that present all around solutions that work pretty well and that you can use as a software or as an online tool and just use it like that, right? And ComfyUI is also going that direction. ComfyUI is just like, ComfyUI is basically the after effects of AI. It's very complex. There we go. Murphy also brought you to AI with a video. That's pretty cool. I have fallen a little bit behind, though. Not just a little bit. And I have to go back into it. And I also want to add, to be honest, I want to add more like, or again, some photography videos again also to my channel, like I did in the past before I did AI. So let's see. In my experience, 100, 200 images are enough. Right. Yeah, I would think so too. You should be right. What? You should be talking about a character you've written using ChatGPT versus a character you've created with an uncensored LLM. In Ooga Booga, it's a night and day difference. A character? Do you mean an image prompt or do you mean a story character? But are the LLMs of Ooga Booga good enough to write an actual consistent story? Or because the online models are usually bigger, even though, of course, they are censored and limited, and they can't write everything, but you don't always have to go into the stranger parts of the more spicy parts. So, but I know that a lot of LLMs are really not that good with creativity. They might be good with everything else, but creativity, if you say, hey, write me a good story, a sci-fi story or something. Like today, I was sitting in the subway, and I'm reading, by the way, you can get all of the Witcher books for €8 right now on Amazon. Not just right now, like always. There is like 2 books that combine 4 stories each. And one book has like the same story in both books, so never mind about that because the price is so low. Yeah, and you get like, I think, yeah, you get 8 books or 7 books in total. It's like 2,500 pages for $8. Really, really cool. The actual Witcher story is very, very nice. And I said, hey, ChatGPT and Gemini, write me a Witcher story in the style of Witcher 3. And it was really bad for some reason. Oh, it was bad because I told it to write it in German. I think that was the reason mainly why it was bad. I think if you do it in English, it's probably better. Yeah, there's always something you talk about, basically. That's true. Social networks will destroy Reddit. What? Some decentralized social network will destroy Reddit and Tumblr and only all in one. Huh? What? How do we come up with that? And why would they destroy that? You have to, like, always keep in mind, people like convenience more than anything else. They would give up almost everything in their life for convenience. If, like, private information, their security, anything, as long as it's convenient. You can see it right now in the US, but you can see it also globally. Yeah, people don't care that much. As long as it's like, as long as they can lean back and do this, they're happy to give you all the data they have, no problem, and have it centralized and everything. They don't think about that. So it's really strange, but yeah. Okay, sorry, I have to read to the other. I think video is okay, but for the hobbyist, it's barely manageable without rent. Yeah, if you want to do video, probably most of the time you need a website to do it because you don't have the GPU for that, right? If you have lots of memory, you can have high token counts, like 40,000 token memory. After that, you need to set up. What is a good uncensored Ooga Booga model that runs on a 4080? What would that be? Claude is better at writing. Oh yeah, and there's also like specific writing AI websites. Oh, you create a character like an NPC and then you talk to them. Oh, me and my arch enemy Fred were former bank robbers and had to work together. Frank is an AI character. He insults me and writes funny lines. And you role play with like Furious Fred? You do a role play with that? Is that fun? Or it's interesting. Tell me more about that. Like, is it... So you go online and then how does it work? You say to him, okay, today we're going to do this kind of heist. And then you play with him through that heist. Is there like a tabletop situation also where you have like a little map and then you tell him the next steps or something? Or how does it work? How does that work? Fantasy art characters and creatures type with trigger words each. That's why I need thousands of pictures. Oh, for the video game. Okay, that's different. We need to render centralization useless by offering better. Yeah, but how you gonna do that with decentralization? It's not just a tool. It's the structure, and the structure has to be well built and well maintained. That's the biggest problem, basically. Like it is a big mistake to think, there is a structure, there's a network, I can just copy that and that's gonna be the same and people will just adapt to that. And it's not like that. First of all, for example, think about the delivery that Amazon does. And you would think, hey, delivery is delivery. Like it's just like Uber Eats, they just deliver. That's what's complex about that. But at the same time, there is not a single company out there, no matter how big the companies are, that has the same quality as Amazon delivery. There's no competition, nothing. It's Amazon and then there is delivery. But Amazon is its own class of delivery that just works very well. It's not just the delivery, it's also the customer service. It's their centers where they store the things, the data and how they work with the data. All these kind of things coming together to very flawless, fluid service that nobody else can replicate. You can't just copy paste it and say, well, we're just gonna hire some guys. And the same is true for social media. Just because you make a complete copy of one social media network, for example, doesn't mean it works. Because there's more to it than just the website that you see from X or from Facebook or from Instagram. You can't just copy Instagram and then you have a second Instagram. It doesn't work like that, because it's a whole environment, an economy, and a cultural landscape, and you can't replicate that in an easy way, right? Decentralized. Especially the problem also with decentralization is that the people who usually want to decentralize, they are not organized enough because they don't believe in hierarchy. This is why they want to have decentralization, but to be organized, you need a hierarchy. So they can't do it, and then it doesn't work. That's often one of the biggest problems. The only way when it works is when there is no community. There is by no community, I mean there is no community culture. Like, for example, torrent. You share data with people who you never know, you never talk with, you have no interaction with. It's just a protocol. And then, of course, it works because it's just a technical thing. Where I'm so behind on everything you write here. The AI acts as his own entity with his own emotions, depending on which emotion you give him. Wait, I think you use Mistral. Let me copy that over. I might try that out. Mistral. Okay. I hope this, let me copy it here maybe. Create. All right. What is the brand of the blue sweater? I have no idea. This is actually, I'm sorry to say my father died 2 months ago, and this is actually his sweater that I'm wearing right now. Is that strange? I'm not wearing it because it was his. I'm wearing it because it's still a good sweater and it fits me. What does it say? I can't read it, and you can't read it either. I probably have to take a photo of that. I have no idea what that says. And it's also mirrored. Is this a number? Oh, my camera is there. What does that say? Watson. I think it says Watson. Or Watson's sweater. I think that's what it says. I like the color. Yeah, it's Watson's. Oh, this is a really cheap one. Oh, is this from Amazon? What the fuck? What? Wait, is that the brand? I have no idea. I mean, it could be that he ordered some clothing from Amazon. I have no idea. Watson, that looks like that. Do I have the triangle here? No, I don't have a triangle. I have no idea. I think the label says Watson. I'm not sure though. Where's the chat though? Acts as their own entity with its own emotions. Oh, I read that already. You write a context for the character. Everyone hosts their own files behind anonymous filters similar to the Tor network, but for like, who is using Tor? I think we all know the guys who use Tor, and it's usually guys you don't want to meet in real life. You know, like, why do you need Tor if you don't do like crazy shit in your real life? Something templates. But why? Yeah, if you want to do that centralized, decentralized network with anonymous filters and stuff like that, the question you have to ask yourself is, who out there actually wants that other than you? Like, who cares about that? Because people, they post their baby photos on Facebook with all of the information, the name, the age, where they live, everything. They don't care. They just post it on Facebook. Nobody gives a fuck, right? And then they get advertisement from all sides. Baby product this, baby product that, right? And of course it's dangerous, but usually nothing happens. And nobody cares about that. Like most people, if you ask people if they cherish their data safety, they would say yes. But if you ask them if they share every minute detail of their life and their family's life, they would also say yes. And if you would ask them if it's a contradiction, they would probably say, yeah, it is, but it's convenient and it's fun. And it's the only way how I can share my stuff with my family. So, no, I don't think anybody cares, to be honest. Link my with my ComfUI via Open Web UI, where I can enter a prompt directly and a Tor workflow is controlled in ComfUI. I have linked my Llama with ComfUI. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Getting the adoption is the hard part. I don't think getting the adoption of a social media is the hard part, but actually making the social media website fun to use and getting the community spirit in there. That's the thing. Like, think about, like, Google had a very nice social media platform. Really good ideas, very well executed, based on a design of a decentralized social media page. They kind of copied it. Maybe they bought it. I don't know. And it was really nice. And it got a lot of adoption. I think like maybe 600,000 users or maybe 60 million. I can't remember. It was a pretty big number back in the day. But then it failed, and it wasn't going anywhere. Even though it was done very good, it was like the classic Google problem of not having a soul. I think that's the biggest problem of Google is most of their products are just soulless. They are there because Google can make them, but then there's no spirit behind. There is no... I'm not saying the team is bad, so the team has soul and love and passion and everything for that, but the way the product is presented to you is just pretty empty. I feel like it's the same with Microsoft. Like they have Microsoft Surface and you're like, and then they have Microsoft Cloud and you're like, and then they have Microsoft like Word and all that kind of thing, 365, whatever they call it, and you're like, You only use it because you have to, not because you want to. It's not like a love where you're like, oh God, it's just like the best thing ever. Like, for example, Lightroom is like, oh, it's like so good. And Word or whatever they have, like the slideshow and Excel and everything is like, oh, come on, please. Go away with that shit. Watson. Oh, yeah, there we go. Sorry, I'm so behind on that chat. to sign authenticate, and you can use zero knowledge encryption. Yeah, like I said, nobody cares about the secrecy. If only. Oh no, that is a big mistake. If you say if only 1%, this is the classic problem that startups have where they say there is $1 billion market. If I only catch 1% of that market, I'm a multi-millionaire. No, you're not. You're not. Because like the biggest players in the game, they fight over a percentile of a percent, not over 1%. So getting 1%, you would be extremely lucky to get that. That would be insane. So that's like, if you, I don't know, let's say if you get like 100,000 users, you would be lucky to have that. And that's like way away from like 1% of the users. Especially like the world population, not even like the users of Facebook, right? And it wouldn't be, would it be millions? 1% would be millions, yes, but you would probably never reach 1%. Like how many users did Twitter have in the past? Wait, let me see. Twitter user numbers over time. Oh God. Twitter key statistics. Wait, let me ask Perplexity. Give me a table of Twitter user number over the years. Okay. Let's hope it comes up with something useful. Python programming? What the hell? Whoa, it's taking longer than I expected. 1 second. Give me a moment. There we go. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Hey. Twitter was way more... Is that real? Twitter was way more successful than I thought it was. That's 2022. Facebook, YouTube. I don't think that's correct. I don't think this is correct what I'm seeing here. One moment. Man, why is it so hard to get some numbers? Oh, notice the revenue. Twitter users per region in millions. MM? Does MM mean millions? Wait, let me share this. What does MM mean here? Twitter users by region? MM? I don't know what MM is. But I had like 238 million users in 2017, really? Followers. Elon Musk has 218 million followers? What the fuck? Is that real? Whoops. Very zoomed in here. How many followers does he have? Oh, wow. 219 million. Holy shit. Okay. Interesting. Well. to reach even a fraction of 1%. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it depends on what you do. Like for example, Telegram was pretty like successful. I don't know how many users has Telegram. Telegram has 1 billion users monthly? What the hell is going on here? Telegram has 1 billion users monthly? What? How many does WhatsApp have? Oh, WhatsApp has 2 billion. Telegram is like half as big as WhatsApp? Whoa. Okay. And how many users does Line have? Line has only 178 million? I thought Line was the biggest app in Asia. What? Can that be? Sorry, this is completely like non-AI right now. The live stream got a little bit off the rails today. WeChat has 1.4 billion, I guess, or yeah. Line has 100. I didn't know that Line is so small. Kakao Talk, I've never heard of that. CeeLo 74. WhatsApp 2 billion. Telegram 900 million here, but probably 1 billion. Facebook 1 billion. Which I'm like, how can that be? Like Facebook users? Has 3 billion. And only a third of Facebook users use the Facebook chat? That seems kind of unlikely. Doesn't everybody use the Facebook Messenger on thing? Huh. You send it? Where did you send it? You send it where? Like email or where? Because it's not here. Or is this it? No, this is something else. Let me know where you sent that. Oh, in Discord. Oh, okay. Discord. Weibo is bigger in China. Oh, interesting. It's also big in Asia. Interesting. Didn't know that. Yeah. I always thought Line is the main is the WhatsApp of Asia. Apparently not so much. Even though like basically everybody I know in Thailand has Line. And a lot of people also have WhatsApp, to be honest. But I didn't know that there's such a huge, big difference in size. Okay. Sorry that I went off the topic so much today. I thought it was, I hope it was pretty okay still. Should we next time do something where we work together on a concept or an idea or things like that? Because I think maybe that might be interesting. And should we do video stuff maybe next time? What do you think? Because I think it's time to like finish the live stream. But next time we could do like a together a video project where we talk about the idea and we come up with different like concepts for the videos, and then we create the videos on different websites, and we can even see like what kind of solutions we get from different websites and the quality, or what kind of website would be better for what kind of use. I think that might be good, right? That might be an interesting project. We tried that once and it kind of like was lacking in the department of getting the individual scenes to work. But I think now the technology is better, and if we do it together, it might still be an interesting thing. And maybe we can also do it over multiple streams, right? We can just like work out a couple of scenes and then next time we create the music or something like that. Or like first stream we only do the mood board with the different scenes we want to create. Next stream we do the video scenes, and next stream we do the music for it. That might be interesting, right? Like a project like that. But maybe let's start small, with like a shorter video or something like that that we create together, or maybe multiple video ideas. Let's see about that. Okay, I would say that's good for today. Let me find the end. Or no, actually, we can do something together right now. What kind of music style do you want to have for the outro music? I will generate. I can actually show you what I'm doing. 1 second. Nope, I'm wrong here. Let me know the music style. I can share my screen. I am ending my live stream about AI art that my community has showed me. There were some really nice videos made with AI. Right. Fun outro. Whoops. Write me fun outro lyrics. There we go. Okay, we can get that started. Synthwave. Oh, synthwave might be good, yeah. Hard style, that might be a little bit too harsh. Metal might be interesting. Symphonic metal, I don't even know what that is. Synthwave or metal? Maybe metal is kind of cooler. I don't know what symphonic metal is though. Okay. Now describe the music style for symphonic metal as a AI music prompt. Okay, EDM, but I think EDM is maybe a little bit too generic. Epic, powerful, orchestral metal. Okay. Maybe we just do metal. I feel like this might be a little bit too... Or maybe let's try it. We can try this. Let's put that in here. 1 second. Let's delete all of that. Put that in here. And then we also want to have the lyrics. And we can see what this does. Let's generate this. Let's do 4 of them. And then... and now 1 metal music prompt. Male singer for death metal. Okay. Polka. Polka would also be fun, to be honest. Okay. Let's try this. 1 second. Oh, it's down here. Let's also make 4 of them. Let's see what this is. Vanguard. Ooh, okay.
Wild colors bright. If crew.
Okay, let's have a look at this.
You showed me magic pixelight. With every frame, a dream came true. I and you, what a creative crew.
But it's hard to understand what they're singing, right?
With every frame, a dream came true.
All right.
Magic pixelite, with every frame a dream came true. AI and you, what a creative crew. Hey, I made this, can you believe? Style so fresh and
Okay, does this better, this one? Because you can actually hear what they're singing.
creative. Oh, hey, this, can you believe? Style so fresh, it's hot.
Okay.
Colors bright.
Wait, this one?
Reframe a dream.
The voices are not very metal, but you can understand what they're saying. So maybe that one. One polka music prompt. Let's see. Although I like the metal idea, but I just want to try that real quick. There is always surprise. Let's see. Whoops. Sorry. Artist name didn't work. Oh. There we go. Let's try this real quick. All right. And we're done. There we go.
From sketches wild to colors bright, you show me magic, pixel light. With every frame, a dream came true. AI and
Okay, that's actually way better to understand. Should we use that?
from sketches wild to colors bright, you show me mad.
The voices are bad.
From sketches wild to colors bright,
Nope.
came true. AI and you, what a creative crew. Oh, yeah, I made this, can you believe?
Okay. I kind of like the first one the best, though. Okay, let's use that one. Okay. Big screen. There we go. Thank you very much for everything. And next time we're going to do some AI project together. Video AI project with your ideas and images and everything jumbled together into creating a cool AI video. Let's see what that's going to be. I have no idea. Let's figure it out together. And thank you very much for being part of the discussion and showing me your art, and everything was pretty cool. See you soon. And let me find the end screen. There we go. Thank you very much. Bye.
From sketches wild to colors bright, you showed me magic, pixel light. With every frame, a dream came true. AI and you, what a creative crew. Hey, I made this, can you believe? It's all so fresh, it's hard to leave. Crash is cold and vision spy. Thanks to you, we reached the sky. Hey, LA and this vicious too. Style so fresh, it's hard to leave. Vicious coded, vision spy. Thanks to you, we reached the sky. Cats in space and neon rain, cyber dreams that melt the brain. From stills to motion, all so fine. You turn the feet into a shrine. So many styles, surreal and cool. You broke the frame, you bent the rule. My jaw's so dropped, I'm not okay. Art like this just makes my day. Hey, I made this, yes it's true. But the soul that came from you. Thanks for watching, it's been grand. Until next stream, give art a hand.